how's it going? So I haven't done one of these in a while, so why not? Anyway, the new Spider-Man show just concluded recently. I wanted to talk about it real quick. So if you like Marvel and also simultaneously been living under a rock the entire time, last month we saw the release for the newest Spider-Man project, which was a animated show called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I'll be honest, I was not for at all. The reason being, there's an Amazon project about Spider-Man Noir. Just finish that. No? Okay. Spider-Verse keeps getting delayed. Just finish that. No? Okay. Any news about Spider-Man 4 besides the fact that it is being made? No? Okay. And most importantly, the animation is terrible. It looks like a Telltale game. But I love Spider-Man, so I was not opposed and frankly did not care for the animation. But man, was I wrong. I admit I was wrong. A lot of times I will hate a show's animation style and decide to drop it. There are rare occasions where I don't care for the animation because the story is just that good. That happened for Invincible. Invincible's phenomenal. It'd be a 10 out of 10 if the animation was good. And right now, I could say the same for the neighborhood Spider-Man. But here, no. Just like Invincible, the cast of voice actors is absolutely stacked. Spoilers ahead. They brought back Charlie Cox to voice Daredevil, the guy who acts as Daredevil in the Daredevil show. Amazing. Roger Craig Smith, the voice actor for Ezio or Sonic even. Feels like he's voicing every single side character in the whole show. Kind of like some Family Guy type beat. He's also the voice of Chameleon, who as of now is only wearing a mask that resembles Chameleon's face in the comics. But anyway, the voice acting is a 10. Everyone's doing a phenomenal job. None of the dialogue feels forced and cringy. It's all great. And the guy that voices Peter Parker, phenomenal. He's doing a great job. It's awesome. I also really like the subtle references to the MCU, whether it's bringing up the story that happened in Civil War or what happened in Avengers during the Chitauri invasion in New York. Granted, some of the dialogue makes zero sense, as when Norman Osborn was opening a portal to space a few minutes prior. He mentioned how the Avengers struggled to defend New York City from the Chitauri, and a few minutes later, he opens the portal and says, what could go wrong? Well, the only thing that could go wrong, which would be an alien invasion, went wrong when a symbiote, most likely the Venom symbiote, came out of the portal. So yeah, there are some moments where the dialogue doesn't make any sense. Either way, the delivery is still great, you know? I'm just glazing the voice acting. Like that delivery of Norman Osborn saying to Peter Parker that with great power comes great respect. Bro, that gave me goosebumps. That was so awesome. That almost played in slow motion in my head because I was expecting the responsibility. And he was like, with great power comes great respect, you know? Either way, I'm not gonna spoil too much of the story, but legitimately, the story is a 10. Genuinely. After every episode, I was hooked and wanted to see more. That's how you make a good show. My only problem is the animation. The action is not actioning. The only fight that I thought was good, and I mean just like good, flat, just good, no more, no less, was the fight with Spider-Man and Daredevil. I thought that was cool. That's it. There was also the Scorpion fights, which were actually great because of plot. Not once did I ever expect to see anyone dying, let alone getting pulverized. Not once did I expect Spider-Man to get critically injured, and that's because you think of the Disney XD shows like Spectacular Spider-Man and The Ultimate Spider-Man, where nothing really ever goes wrong, like no one ever gets critically injured. Either way, yeah. And the amount of references to overall different characters in the Marvel Universe was actually genius, bro. The amount of awesome characters they teased, but I didn't know, so I had to Google them. And now I'm excited to eventually get to know in the show. That's great. My problem, and I don't care. Let the record show that I don't care. I just would prefer that it was adapted like the comics. For once, please adapt the comics properly, please. It annoyed me that they changed the story of and also gender swapped some of the characters. Exhibit A being Dr. Connors, who is the dude who turns into the lizard. In the comics, he does that because he wants to grow his arm back via studying lizards. Some biology, science nonsense, you know what I'm saying? In here, Dr. Connors is a woman who doesn't seem to care that they're missing an arm and doesn't work in the field that the comic Dr. Connors works in. So if they ever take the arm into account, it's not gonna grow back. It's probably going to be a robot arm or something like that, like a prosthetic. So perhaps we're gonna get Mecha Lizard, which on paper sounds cool, but I would prefer we adapt the lizard properly. Also, I was kind of pissed at Tombstone in the comics. He has albinism. He's an albino. That's why he's white. Not saying anything about the race. The guy's the GOAT. I love that character. Lonnie is a great, phenomenal character. Again, I prefer if it was adapted properly in the comics because he's an albino in the comics. But here, it looks like he's turning into the Tombstone, not via albinism, but via weird chemicals getting into his body, which is cool. I thought it was going to be an instance where it's a random character that has nothing to do with his comic book counterpart, but they just took the name and put it on the character like they do in the MCU 24/7. But nah, Lonnie's slowly turning into Tombstone, which is great. I love that. The thing I hate about him is how he got his name. It legitimately just came out of nowhere. He's in a gang and the gang boss just randomly calls him Tombstone out of nowhere, and then he says, yeah, I like the sound of that. Okay. You hit him with the say that again. Anyway, yeah, some of the dialogue was cringe. It is what it is. Either way, yeah, that's it for this video. That's all I wanted to say. The show is great. You should watch it. The animation sucks, so don't expect anything good out of the animation, or like any phenomenal action scenes. They're all pretty stale and framey for the most part. Hopefully they get this together for the action in season 2. Apparently was even greenlit for a season 3 already. I respect the cockiness, but also being this forward could cause a downfall. Take a look at Concord, for example. These motherfuckers made an episode for Secret Level, and it came out the month after they canceled their game because no one was playing it. Anyway, follow me on Twitch, like and subscribe. Goodbye. Have a good day. Goodbye.